Welcome to Lubbock, Julius.
Thank you. Lubbock, this is the home of Buddy Holly.
Buddy Holly grew up here. He went to high school at Lubbock High. We've got the Buddy Holly Museum here. Unfortunately, I can't be there today with the pandemic conditions going on, but these glasses are pretty iconic.
I have to say thank you for your service during these very challenging times. I very much appreciate what you do and what all of the librarians in the state of Texas are doing for their community. So thank you very much.
We're preparing for a whole new school year, and there's no way I can tell you all the amazing things that are going on around Texas. So you're going to get a chance to meet some of my friends and some of my colleagues in different parts of the state. I'm going to give you a map and let you visit a few of my colleagues.
I can tell you the date, March 13th. March 13, we always do the career day, which I'm the coordinator of the career day of the school. So I bring professionals from all around. That day was when we got the notification like, okay, I think on Monday, most probably we're gonna go away. So from the career day, preparing everything, it turned to laptop distribution for the whole campus. So I'm distributing the computers and at the same time coming with a plan. My library needs to continue being open. I can't afford to lose what I have accomplished so far, with the kids coming to the library and all that. We have a very strong program during lunches. And I said, let me do a virtual time at 11. That is more or less when the kids used to come at lunch. I asked the admin and the teachers, please incorporate me in your Google Classroom or in the different platforms that they were doing. And because of that, then I learned, because I was a teacher, right? So I used to go in and see what was happening. And when I saw the need, I okay, wait, I can help the students one-on-one. So I did that a lot. And then we came out with lots of research projects. Because of all this, I say I'm very proud to call myself a Dallas ISD librarian. We took the risk. And we went through and we stayed together and in contact with the community of learners that our school has.
We have Dr. Bill Chapman, the superintendent of the Gerald Independent School District, who just joined the bus.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm very glad to be here.
You need quiet librarians.
Well, I would not say quiet is something I'm a fan of. Or I like loud librarians. I want to walk into a library and see a mob scene where kids are doing all kinds of things and really having that active engagement in a library. And there's a part to have that quiet reading corner. There's a part to really get those kids excited about things and to me, the library is the biggest classroom in the school. And if you can hold court there, we want that organized chaos as much as possible to see kids engaged.
Our program is Books and Bites, and the biggest mission is getting books into kids' hands. We're in what we call a book desert. So we took a school bus and we got a new vision. His name is Mo. Castleberry's not small, but it's 7 square miles. So everyone knows Mo. So he has a fabulous inside. He's got book bins and stuff. The kids love getting on the bus. But then, the summer hit. And so we had to rethink and remodel our program. And we came up with a grab and go library. And we took activities that we used to do on site and we made them virtual. We ran our program for 4 weeks this summer, and each week had a theme. So the first theme was camping. And so we had activities that they could do. We gave the families stuff like popsicle sticks and glue and scissors and colors and things that they may not have at home, and we put them in those activity packs for the families to do. I think we served over 150 families with this summer of our 4-week period. At the end of the game, we're all about developing the relationships with the families and the community, and then, what better thing than getting books in the kids' hands.
We have just stopped in the Rio Grande Valley. Karina Quilanten, librarian at the Jamie Escalante Middle School, Far, Texas. Welcome to the bus.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm absolutely delighted to represent the Rio Grande Valley on my campus today.
I hear you've been busy this summer hosting an event called RGV Lib Camp. Can you tell us what that is and who participates?
RGV LibCamp was a one-day virtual conference that took place last month in June and was hosted by a group called RGV Library Squad, which is a local social networking group that I helped create with 3 other amazing librarians from Harlingen, Texas, which is located here in the Valley. And we invited librarians from all across the Rio Grande Valley, across Texas, and even across the United States to join us in a discussion about what worked for us during virtual learning, distance learning, some of our successes, some of our failures, just a really safe space where librarians could come together to gather tips, share resources and ideas that they could potentially use for this incoming school year. As you know, these times are undoubtedly unpredictable. So we wanted to provide that space where librarians could learn about different forms of instruction and how we could use digital tools to promote our library services online. So for example, we covered podcasting, virtual maker spaces, esports, virtual libraries, virtual literacy programming, and even a topic focusing on mental health in libraries, considering that, you know, a lot of our students were feeling very anxious, and we wanted to make sure that our libraries were also focusing on providing resources for our students who are struggling in that aspect.
I am with Stephanie Galvan Russell, who is librarian at the Goriski Middle School in Austin Independent School District. And I want to say welcome to the bus, Stephanie.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Tell me about the Texas Maverick graphic novel reading list and your involvement with the committee.
And so it's put out as kind of a guide for librarians. If they don't have the budgets or if they don't have a way to choose graphic novels on their own, it's kind of a guide for them to see, like, these are what we think are the greatest graphic novels from the past 2 years. We think your kids will enjoy them. We kind of just guide librarians to pick some really great, diverse, inclusive, and fun literature in graphic novel formats. When I got put on this committee, I just got this love and passion for graphic novels that now I've been very blessed to be chair for 2 years, that now I get to present and share that love of graphic novels with other teachers and librarians and educators just around the world, and get people to see that graphic novels are true literature because they help our ELL students or our students who might not be able to identify emotions or themes, and they get to see that in graphic novel format. And so they're really, really powerful tools, and they're so much fun. Who doesn't love reading about superheroes or seeing their favorite stories, like classic stories, come to life in pictures?
In 2014, my school decided to become a STEM campus. And so right away as the school librarian, I was a little bit concerned because I didn't want the library to lose its status of being the center of the school for student programming. After researching, I started thinking, you know, the library could still serve as the center hub of the school if we have a maker space. At the time in 2014, you just didn't see maker spaces generally in libraries. We didn't have any in our district. I didn't have any kind of budget or anything. And so I went to my principal, and he gave me the inspiration of just, you know, just go out there and try and research it and don't worry about the money. And so I wrote a couple of grants, and we got the resources in the library. We're able to open the first maker space in our elementary school. But then there was a problem of time, of trying to make sure students had access to the makerspace equipment and resources and time with the materials. So I thought, well, why don't we have take-home makerspace kits? And so that made it very equitable for students who may not have had the money to buy these things at home. And then if they didn't have time to use them at school, now they had unlimited time. And in the take-home makerspace kit, they had access to a book on the topic, and then they were able to check out the resource. And so from the love of that, I developed the idea of having the mobile makerspace on my campus. And so teachers were able to feel more secure with the resources and learning about those maker resources, adding them into their curriculum by having that mobile maker heart that they were able to take into their classroom.
I want to congratulate you on being recognized as one of Dallas's Independent School District Library Champions. So,
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I want to ask you, so when other principals ask you about the award, what do you tell them?
A lot of times, as principals, we look at our admin team and we look at our educators, but our campus wouldn't be as successful, especially in our reading, if it wasn't for the resources that our librarian brings. Being a champion, it means that you recognize and you value your people that surround you, especially our librarians. We have to make time for all the leaders on our campus, and the librarians, they're true leaders.